Alright people, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification. That way you'll know when I upload the next video and you'll be supporting my channel. Follow me on Twitter. Every time I upload a new video, I'll be tweeting. Well, ladies and gents, this is rabbits aren't as cute as you think by the channel Casual Geographic, because of course it is. Yeah, last video was traumatic from this channel about the tapeworms and shit. I don't know what he's gonna mention here. Rabbits are serial killer or something. Well, okay, I guess it can't be worse than the last one. Why did I say that? I don't know. Alright. Remember, if you like my reaction, don't forget to like, subscribe, so I know which type of videos to react to more. Check out the reaction, there's a link to the description. Check out the cars or different playlists, so it's easier. And yeah, let's watch it.
Someone said if I could ruin rabbits, they would get me to 100K on Instagram, so now y'all gotta feel pain. Sometimes as soon as the rabbit babies are born, the father will murk the entire family just so he can mate with the mother as soon as possible. The female isn't much better because if the birthing process was too stressful for a first-time mother, she'll eat her children. If she's afraid, she'll eat her children. If it's too noisy, she'll eat her children. Inexperienced mothers sometimes get confused and, you guessed it, eat their children. Rabbit teeth never stop growing, and this is what could happen if they can't wear them down, to the point where you have to cut them with nail clippers. Bugs Bunny is a fraud because if you feed your rabbit nothing but carrots, it'll die of malnutrition because wild rabbits don't even eat carrots. They're too high in carbohydrates, so it'd basically be like feeding a toddler nothing but candy. But you want to know what rabbits actually
son
eat?
Of a...
Rabbits are physically required to eat their own poop, and they do it to make sure they get all the nutrients they can out of one meal. And it's
I knew it, that lying son of a bitch, that Bugs Bunny. Only eating carrot, come on. That was too good to be true. And yeah, some of these things I already know about them eating their kids, right? And also the poop thing, they also eat poop because, you know, I guess efficient. Why waste anything?
called coprophagia. Once baby rabbits turn 10 days old, they'll start eating their mother's forbidden Hershey Kisses directly from the source. You heard what I said. Sometimes when a rabbit sees a dead body of another rabbit, it'll get confused, so its first natural response is to cosby the corpse with no hesitation or regrets. Look at him go on Instagram, ask me what animal is actually mean as hell, but nobody realizes it. And this is the first animal I thought of. If y'all learn anything, it's that anteaters are not your friend. We're talking about an animal that'll straight up swing on jaguars and sometimes win. First of all, giant anteaters can be more than 7 feet long and weigh almost 100 pounds. Giant anteaters have terrible vision, which is why they have something I like to call rhinoceros syndrome, which means because they're legally blind, they treat everything around them as a threat. If this murderous vacuum cleaner even detects motion, they'll choose violence. And you want to know why scientists nickname it the ant bear? It's cause those claws are good for digging up food and digging out graves. Those claws are so sharp that even jaguars would think twice about attacking them because one swipe can cause life-threatening injuries. Giant anteaters have been known to severely maul zookeepers, and one even killed a hunter after severing one of his arteries, causing him to bleed to death. To be fair, it was a hunter, so you know, you roll the dice, sometimes you take an L. So yeah, anteaters are way meaner and aggressive than you think. Maybe if they use this self-care app to get their mental in order, they wouldn't be such a threat. But anteaters don't have phones, Wi-Fi, or even thumbs, so they're a Hall of Fame menace to society. At least the babies are cute. Here's every animal lie you believed as a kid in 60 seconds. Bats aren't blind, they actually have better eyesight than people, and if we had bat vision, we probably would have seen COVID coming. Bulls don't hate the color red.
Yeah, I guess, smaller bats don't have eyes. I think they uses, echolocation, but the bigger bats do have eyes, and they don't use echolocation, something like that.
It's the motion of the cape that makes them charge, and they use the color red to hide the bull's blood because they abuse and torture it to make it more aggressive. Ostriches don't bury their heads in the sand when afraid. When they do this, they're actually rotating the eggs of their underground nest to make sure one side doesn't get too much heat. And let's be honest, any animal that can run 43 miles per hour and also kill a lion but chooses to do this would have got respectfully clapped to extinction. Dogs don't see in black and white. They can see color, it's just less color than we see, which is probably why they're not racist. Period blood does not attract sharks. Sharks can actually sniff out the chemicals in the blood to decide whether it's food or not, and a woman on the rag isn't part of its diet plan. Frogs and toads can't give you warts, only people with HPV do. You still shouldn't touch one though because the oils and chemicals on your skin can hurt theirs, so really we're the problem here. If you touch a baby bird, the mother isn't going to reject it because it smells like human, because honestly she would have no way of knowing. Most birds have a poor sense of smell. You still shouldn't touch them because if the mother bird sees you and thinks the nest isn't safe anymore, she'll dip and you basically just killed the baby bird with kindness. Even more animal lies that you actually believed in.
Alright, seriously, that is way too famous thing, right? Like if you touch a baby bird, the mother will kick it out or something like that, so people are literally afraid to touch bird. I don't care if that's not true. That is not true in a way that is good, I guess. This way humans will less inclined to touch baby birds, because why would you do that? Leave them alone for fuck's sake.
In 60 seconds. Wild rabbits don't eat carrots, and since they're high in carbohydrates, feeding your bunny nothing but carrots is like feeding a child nothing but candy for every meal, which is why you should only give it to them in small amounts. You can't give every cat a bowl of milk since most cats are actually lactose intolerant, especially the adults. If a lactose intolerant cat drinks milk, it can cause diarrhea, vomiting, and all kinds of nastiness. Turkeys—
You're kidding me, right? Most cats are lactose intolerant. What the fuck? That is opposite of what people think. People, oh, cat, let's give it milk, I guess.
Aren't dumb enough to look up during a rainstorm and drown. That myth actually started because of a medical condition called tetanic tortical spasms, which causes turkeys to do weird things like stare at the sky for no reason. But no, they've never drowned by looking up during rain. Chameleons don't change colors to camouflage, they actually do the exact opposite. They use their powers as a mood ring to tell others how they feel. That way an angry chameleon can tell someone to F off without actually having to throw hands. Cheetahs don't run so fast that their brains overheat. They have to stop after 10 to 20 seconds because sprinting at 60 miles per hour takes up so much oxygen that they run out of air. Sloths don't mistake their arms for branches and fall to their death. I mean, think about how that sounds. They have a powerful grip and they're really careful about where they move, which is why they're more likely to die dropping a deuce on the ground than falling out of a tree. So I made a video where I said bears can be as fast as horses, and people were either completely shocked or they called cap. Since the only cap is the one on my head, grizzlies can reach speeds of 35 miles per hour, and even though a horse can outrun them in a race, the bear's quick initial burst means it could catch a horse over a short distance. Spider bear.
Bear is faster than a horse is kind of misleading. Bears can accelerate faster, let's just say that. Fast implies they can keep up the speed same as horse, which is clearly not the case. But yeah, the climbing the tree things, that's terrifying as fuck. I realized that in your zoo video. And oh my god, I never thought of bears climbing trees like that. I mean, I knew bears climb trees, but like they would struggle, they would kind of, climb the trees. Not like that. Like a fucking, it's like nothing. They just jump in like gravity is nothing. Look at that. They are heavy as fuck and they climb like that.
And if you happen to be Michael Phelps, you're not safe either. Most bears, especially polar bears, can swim faster than the best Olympic swimmers. Moral of this video, bears can outrun, outclimb, outswim, and probably outdrink you, and if one wants you off the census, is really up for 16 reasons why
most animals have that kind of thing. Most animals, let's just assume they are somewhat better than you at certain things like climbing, running, and what.
16 reasons why platypus make no sense in—
Whoa, that thing was ridiculous, man. Seriously, the regenerating even brain? That's some next level shit.
60 seconds. It's a beaver with a duckbill with webbed feet that somehow lays eggs. They also produce milk, but somebody forgot to give them nipples, so they sweat milk through their armpits. They don't have teeth, so they use rocks to chew their food. They're the only mammal that doesn't have a stomach because they lost the genes for it. They're also the only mammals that use the power of electroreception, which is what sharks use to hunt. They can—
So God just decided, okay, give them milk. What about the animals? Fuck him, just throw them out. I guess. Just don't care about the nipples and shit. They just sweat it out. That's just gross. Sweating milk, ugh.
Track their prey through their heartbeat because that duckbill can detect electrical impulses. Since they close their ears and eyes underwater, they swim blind and deaf. This is the nonsense they have under their skin. The male platypus is one of the few venomous mammals on the planet with a venomous spurt that they use to shoot the Fae with each other. Its venom is stronger than morphine, meaning if you get stung, you're gonna feel it for months. They glow in the dark because of course they do, and they're bluish green under UV light, meaning Dan Povenmire knew something we didn't. You know how we have 2 sex chromosomes? Well, these goose ferrets have 10. Since their name is derived from Greek language, the plural form for platypus is actually platypods, and I'm not okay with that. They poop, pee, and give life out of the same hole. Scientists found this so fascinating that they named their entire family after it. They have a 2-headed penis. They sleep more than sloths. They use their tail like camel humps. I'm going to make you like hyenas in 60 seconds. They love their cubs so much that they'll lie to protect.
Okay, I feel like the tempo of his speaking in the previous one, I feel like one of these days he's just gonna talk about some animal that he really hates and state out all the facts that is really ridiculous, and just in the end say, man, fuck this thing. That's what his tempo of sound felt like.
Hyenas can form strong emotional attachments with people and will even show them affection. There was a Nigerian man that got so close to a group of hyenas that they would lead him to their den to show off their cubs to him like a proud parent, friends in order to make more friends.
Wow, their social structures are really complex than I would have thought. God damn, no wonder they feud with lions. They feel like smarter animals, I mean, generally, compared to the others. God damn, all the social things, all the attachment, and especially, protecting their kids, which I've recently learned by channels like this, is not a common thing when it comes to animals. Because lots of wildlife and animals just fucked up. They don't care about their kids. As soon as they're born, they either will reject it, throw it out for survival, or just plain out eat it. As it comes to rabbits. Rabbits? Yeah, rabbits.
They're amazing athletes that can run at 30. They try to kill each other when they're born, but the older they get, the more they care for and even defend each other. Somebody said I couldn't ruin ferrets, so I'm gonna make it your problem. This is what a hairless ferret looks like as a result of adrenal disease.
I knew that.
Here's another naked ferret, but this time it looks like something that might just get me banned. Ferrets often fall into dead sleep, and since they can knock out for 18 hours, sometimes they get buried alive by owners that don't know any better because they really do look dead. If a female ferret doesn't get laid, she can straight up die because when she goes into heat, her body produces estrogen, which causes the bone marrow to stop producing red blood cells. So either she gets clapped by a male or by anemia. The other option is...
Oh my god, imagine that. You have to have sex, otherwise you die. That is some... You know, why would you add survival into the sex thing? That's just next level.
Great either. Ferrets have a violent mating ritual that involves the male biting her neck and dragging her across the cage like she owes him money, to the point where the female might start screaming. Facts that will trigger me regardless of situation or context. I've made like 5 videos already, so at this point, if you tell me Megalodon is still somehow alive, I'm not even gonna argue with you. If you believe a 60-foot nuclear weapon with teeth is chilling at the bottom of a trench we've just never seen it, you can have that, bro. You only discovered 5% of that. Well, it's 20% now, and if that's your only point, your argument's more dead than the shark. And number 2, there are people, like intelligent people,
That's the god of the gaps argument. Just because you don't know anything's possible. Not really. Something has to be plausible at least.
that legitimately think a gorilla would not only beat but murk a grizzly bear. And any lion with autocratic...
Now here's the thing though. Elephants are not aggressive, right? I mean, well, lions are like, you know, they have this kind of a pack hunting thing that usually most cats don't have, right? They hunt in packs. And lions looks terrifying. It's not just one thing. Combination of things. You know, and mentality is definitely one of those things, because let's be honest, tiger is way too powerful than lion in any way. So tiger being scared of lion, I mean, how do you even cope with it? Like, of course it's the mentality, it's the psychology, the way lion, you know, growls, basically the echo of that, and the way it looks is just like, yeah, that has to be it. Otherwise one claw swipe of tiger and lion is fucking dead.
Audacity is getting folded 6 times by a hippo. Stay humble. Or you watch this video, Google where does vanilla flavoring come from, and then get back to me. Oh, you're back? Okay, let's talk about it. The truth is, yes, castoreum is a chemical that can be used in vanilla flavoring, and yes, it's produced in the same neighborhood as the beaver's anus. This brown slimy nastiness smells like vanilla because of the beaver's diet of bark and leaves, and they use it to mark their territory. They can also be milked for it to be put on your ice cream cone. But here's the thing, even though it can be used and the FDA actually approves it, it rarely is because it's so expensive and difficult to produce, and sure as hell ain't kosher. And even though it's sometimes used for candles and perfumes, I can personally guarantee you've never accidentally tossed a beaver salad by licking an ice cream cone. Vanilla flavoring either comes from vanilla beans or it's synthetic, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. For vanilla, I just want you to remember that peanut butter can have 30 insect parts for every 100 grams, so remember that next time you have a sandwich.
Oh, thank you for that, man. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Thank you for that last one. Yeah, because being a vegetarian, it's not like I rely on something like peanut butter. Thank you for that. Yep, that was Rabbits Aren't As Cute As You Think and many other things by Casual Geographic. Horrifying and terrifying, obviously, but overall entertaining, so can't complain. Alright, if you like my reaction, don't forget to like, subscribe, check out the reaction, there's a link in the description, check out the cast for basic thing, cause yeah, I'll see you next time.